In this problem, we are working with, again, a set of trinomials that we want to completely factor. And the challenge is going to be that we are looking at coefficients that have more choices for numbers that can multiply to give them. So we're going to have to be a little bit more careful. So I'm going to start some trial and error work down here. I'm going to look at my first set of parentheses as 3x and 2x to give me 6x squared. And then some combination of 2 and 2. It's going to either have to be -2 plus 2 or +2 minus 2. Because of the -4 here, I know that my last product has to be negative. So the signs have to be different inside the parentheses. So let's check the middle term here. We know the outside term here, the first multiplication and the last multiplication are correct. So I'm going to check 3x times 2 is 6x minus 4x. That is not going to work. 3x times -2 is -6x plus 4x is -2x. That is not going to work. So now things are going to get a little bit more interesting. I'm going to try some combinations of 6x and x for the first term, and then 4 and 1 excuse me, for the second. And again, I'm going to have to change some things up. I'm going to just switch those around and do a +1 minus 4. All right. So we know the first and the last multiplication are going to be correct. Let's check the inside. So here we have 6x minus 4x is 2x. That is not going to work. Here we have 24x plus x. That's 25x. That is really not going to work. So I'm going to go back to, this is the trial and error part. I'm going to go back to 3x and 2x. We didn't try combinations of 4 and 1 with 3x and 2x. So I'm going to try a -4 and a +1 here. That's going to give me 3x minus 8x. That is my -5x. So that is going to work. So let's write that up here. 3x minus 4 times 2x plus 1. That looks pretty good. Now let's do our check. So 3x times 2x is 6x squared. 3x times 1 is plus 3x. Minus 4 times 2x is minus 8x. Minus 4 times 1 is minus 4. And then if I combine my like terms in the middle, 3x minus 8x is minus 5x minus 4. So indeed this checks. So this is our factorization for the original trinomial. So don't give up. You may have to try a lot of different combinations and just try to keep track so you're not redoing ones that you've already done. Let's try part B. 15x squared plus 8x minus 12. And generally when I try these that have larger numbers, I like to start with sort of the middle numbers that multiply. In other words, for 15x squared, I'm going to look at 3x and 5x instead of 15 and 1. It's just a personal preference. With 12, we could use 3 times 4. We could use 2 times 6. But I'm going to go with 2 and 6. And let's see if we can look at these signs, minus and plus. And I would also need to check plus and minus. But let's see if this works. So I know I'm going to get my 15x squared and my minus 12. Let's check for the 8. 3x times 6 is 18x. Minus 2 times 5x is 10x. That's going to give me 8x. So this one looks like it's going to work right off the bat. Sometimes you get lucky on these more complicated ones. So let's double check. I have 15x squared plus 18x minus 10x minus 12. That gives me 15x squared plus 8x is 12, and that checks. So here is my factorization for the original trinomial.